Hi there, welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here to do the weekly reading for the sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Aries, if you don't know your Moon and Rising sign, check the site alwaysastrology.com. You can learn your whole birth chart there. That way, if you want more information about your week, you can check out your Moon and Rising sign readings for the week. This is for Aries for the week of June 13th to June 20th. This is a general reading, so anything that is most prominent in your week, I'll get you to apply these messages to. Hopefully you find them insightful and healing. Information about the cards I'm using, my ebook, and about why I do what I do are in the description box as well. And certainly let me know what you think of the reading, whether you like it, if you want me to do some different things here, or if you want to contact me for a personal reading. So we'll be using the Healing with the Angels Oracle deck here for the main 3-card spread again this week. I'm going to keep focusing on the healing aspects rather than doing and contemplation aspects of healing. I might switch it up a little next week, but for now we're going to stick with this. I had a really good time doing this for you last week and get some good reactions for that aspect of our lives in terms of healing. And then we'll be drawing additional cards from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck here, and then the Medicine Card Tarot. So Aries, as always, I'm going to begin with a little prayer. I wish for you all success, joy, and wellness. I call upon Archangels Michael, Gabriel, Metatron, and Uriel to guide this reading in peace, clarity, protection, and wisdom. I ask that Gaia please bless this reading for Aries. So if you've been watching my readings for the last couple of weeks, you'll know that I'm a big fan of shuffling and waiting for single jumpers in order to complete the reading. I generally don't pull from the deck unless the shuffling goes on entirely too long, and I generally won't take more than one jumper at a time. As soon as I said that, 2 jumped out, but I am going to keep these. They're really evident and really stuck together, so I'm going to keep those. Anytime there's, generally speaking, 2 or more cards stuck together, I will keep shuffling. So we're just looking for one more card here to complete the 3-card spread here. We're always looking at a central issue, and then we're looking at what is qualifying the central issue for the week. I'm going to look at general energy at the bottom of the deck really briefly. I didn't last week, but you know, I like switching it up. Keep it fresh, right? So surrender and release is the overall energy for the week for you, Aries. So however you feel these words resonate with you, apply those this week for yourself. These could be about surrendering an attachment to a problem or an issue or another person who is bothersome or you can't get to the root of, and then release the need to get to the bottom of it. Sometimes just releasing the need or desire or even obsession with getting something or getting to the bottom of something or getting away from something kind of makes it more prominent in our lives. And surrendering the need to do that for the week might allow you to focus on other things, and by virtue of that, you'll inevitably get away from that just by virtue of not paying attention to it. So it could just allow for some general overall healing for the week. It is interesting that we have one of the qualifier cards to the central issue being self-acceptance. The qualifying card is healing, and then to the other side is manifestation. And I do think this is speaking to the level of self-acceptance you can bring yourself to. So again, self-acceptance is the main theme for the week. And then healing and manifestation are helping to shed light on that or helping to flesh that out a little bit. And again, with the bottom qualifier card being the surrender and release, we can see here that surrendering and releasing for the week in terms of a concept or an energy or sort of a thesis is through self-acceptance, accepting what you can control and what you can't, and then releasing what you can't, right? Surrendering to, say, higher power or the goodness of people or the fates solving problems, if that's the way you want to look at it today. So in terms of healing and manifestation, these angles are playing into the portion of self-acceptance. So when I say that, I just mean that whatever is at issue regarding self-acceptance, or I'm going to guess a lack of, does need healing. And this is up to you to bring into your life. You're able to do this. I think it could just this week be an issue of being willing to do this. So the question for you, Aries, this week, more than anything else, from what I'm seeing here, is the question being, are you willing to give this up? This, meaning whatever is most prominent in your life this week, whatever worry or concern or bother or hurdle, okay, however you're interpreting that this week, can you accept yourself? I'm going to suggest that perhaps that's the least of your problems. Perhaps there's healing around the level of self-acceptance, and the manifesting of this healing, like I said, is up to you. But I do think that this plays a part of the surrendering and releasing the need for other people to accept you, the other people or groups or one person in particular. But anyway, it could just be another whole other group of people or one other person, and it could be something in your own mind. It could be you finding it difficult to accept certain things about yourself. But I think the main theme here is that you do that for yourself by surrendering the thoughts around that. And one of the clearest ways that I personally know how to do that in my own life is to stop criticism and stop comparison. I do think that comparison is the enemy of acceptance. So if you can this week, Aries, try to absolve this this fretting or this worrying around being accepted by other people or being seen a certain way by other people. Particularly if you know something is really important and special about yourself. Maybe you're not supposed to fit in, and maybe not everyone is supposed to like you or love you, and that's the lesson this week. With regard to healing and manifestation, I think this is about energy, the way that energy is being poured into whether this is a self-acceptance issue or the larger, broader issue, which is what got you to this position. Why even bother with, for example, the comparison in the first place, right? I think if you know that you're a decent, respectable, kind, fun, outgoing, forgiving person, that's probably the only thing that matters, right? And other people are going to come at us with their own issues, but it is up to you. I wouldn't look to someone else to do this healing for you. I do think that you have it within to do this, and I think that you can bring into your own life a sense of delight and wellness. So let's draw a card from the other deck here and see what additional messages we can bring to this. I don't think this is too complicated for you, Aries, and I think any Aries watching this week is going to say, yeah, you know what, I'm just going to give it up. And it really, like, underline that. Whatever it is you need to surrender and release, or whatever it is that needs healing, and to make room to manifest this self-acceptance. Because it's remarkable what happens also when you're that person, or when you're in a room with someone, for example, who is all about self-acceptance, and they're never perfect, whatever we think perfect is, right? Perfection is kind of a lie, and it's kind of a trap. What that person has isn't perfection, it's self-acceptance. So I think this is the lesson for you this week, Aries, and I think you'll feel very freed from whatever concepts are around this issue of non-acceptance. So message in a bottle is just about seeing what's around you, what's obvious to you, what's available to you, and drawing upon that already. It could even be an experience that you've already been through already, that you're going to say, oh, okay, I got through that, I can get through this, or I can use some of the tools I used in that area, and I'll use it in this area of my life. So message in a bottle is really cool. It also means that the answer, or one of the answers to the surrendering, releasing, the self-acceptance, the healing, could come through channels that you're not ordinarily involved in or ordinarily listening to. I almost forgot to hold these up to the camera for you. Sorry about that. So you'll see the self-acceptance angel here. She's just kind of in her glory. She's just feeling it. Pretty happy. No one else is around her, and she's just she thinks of herself as an original, and she's unique. And this is exactly how I'm asking for you to appeal to your own sense of healing this week. This is an angel helping someone else to heal here, but it doesn't have to be on the outside. We can be our own best friends. We can be our own leaders. But certainly if you do need help from the outside, as in actual, like in the physical world, I would contact someone you consider to be an earth angel to help guide you through this. And manifestation really is just about this angel creating an entire whole new universe with her own hand, with her own design, her own style, etc. So this could just be that a whole new world awaits you once this is complete for you, once this is, you know, this trouble is removed from your life, or this concern is removed from your life. I think what you'll find is that you have before you a whole new world to explore, and a whole new attitude with which to go about this world in. So for your final card, Aries, we have Lizard. Lizard's keyword is dreaming. This could be varying ways to interpret this, but two of the most prominent for this spread this week is the first being that the message in a bottle could come through a dream, that you could, upon awakening, remember something that is all about solving problems or getting you to the next level of whatever it is you need to achieve. So you could find answers with regard to what to do next or how to solve something in a dream, and that could be the message. The other thing would be a slight caution, which would be to not get wrapped up in dreams and to look at reality, to look at what's before you, and work with what's in front of you rather than this constant state of dreaming or this constant state of imagination around what could be or how things should be, that type of thing. Living in the present and being really present with yourself and honest with yourself and accepting is probably the nicest thing you can do for yourself this week, Aries. So I hope that helped in some way for you and it was enjoyable. Always let me know what you think of that in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe for your weekly readings and take care of yourself. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.